What if I told you that inside your very own kitchen, sitting quietly on your counter, hiding inside the foods you love the most, there is a poison you probably swallowed just this morning? Something you consider completely normal, completely harmless. Yet drop by drop, bite by bite, day after day, it is silently strangling two of the most hardworking organs inside your body. I am Dr. Ryan Foster, and for years I have watched in my practice the heartbreaking consequences of this poison on my patients' kidneys, especially in adults who walk through my door only after the damage has already become severe, sometimes beyond repair. Today I'm going to break the silence, but I will not speak to you in complicated medical language that leaves you more confused than before. I will speak to you plainly, warmly, as if you were sitting right here across from me with a cup of tea. I'm going to reveal what the #1 kitchen poison is that is quietly destroying your kidneys without you ever suspecting it. And the most alarming part of all is that you have almost certainly consumed it already today, maybe within the last hour. So stay with me. Stay until the very end to discover exactly what it is, to understand its terrifying destructive power, and most importantly, to learn how to protect yourself and your family before it is too late. Welcome, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving your time to the most precious thing any of us will ever own, our health. As a kidney specialist, my mission has never been only to cure the sick. My deeper mission is to stop people from ever becoming sick in the first place. And believe me when I tell you, one of the most painful parts of my work is watching wonderful, kind, full of life human beings suffer from kidney damage that could have been completely avoided. The cruel thing about the kidneys is that they are the silent champions of your body. They are the unsung heroes who never complain. Imagine you own the most advanced water purification system on the entire planet, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never asking for a break, never stopping to rest. That, my friend, is exactly what your kidneys are. They filter every single drop of your blood, pulling out the toxins, the waste, and the extra fluid your body does not need. But that is only the beginning. They also regulate your blood pressure. They help produce the red blood cells that keep anemia away, and they keep your bones strong and healthy. They are the quiet foundation upon which everything else in your body stands. But what happens when this magnificent system begins to fail? No alarm bell rings. No sharp pain screams for your attention. Chronic kidney disease is a thief in the night. It creeps in slowly, quietly, settling into your body over many years without so much as a whisper. And by the time the obvious symptoms finally arrive, swollen ankles, a bone-deep exhaustion that no amount of sleep can fix, muscle cramps that steal your peace, the damage is often already severe and in many cases, sadly, irreversible. I have watched so many older adults arrive at my clinic frightened and confused, suddenly facing the frightening reality of dialysis or a transplant. And the same question always hangs heavy in the air. They look at me and ask, "Dr. Foster, how did I not notice?" And the honest answer breaks my heart every time because nobody ever warned them clearly enough about the everyday poisons that were sabotaging their health right under their noses. That is precisely why I am here today, because information is power. And today, I am going to hand that power to you. Together, we are going to unmask several of these hidden enemies. I have arranged them into a list, moving from the most common all the way to the one I consider the very worst of them all. So stay with me, because what you learn in the next few minutes could quite literally change the entire course of your life. Before we begin the list, it is essential that you understand why, as the years pass, we grow more and more vulnerable to these poisons. Age simply rewrites the rules of the game. Just as we lose a little of our eyesight or watch our hair turn gray, our kidneys also grow older with us. Their filtering ability, what we doctors call the glomerular filtration rate, slowly declines with every passing decade. Think of it like the engine of an old car with hundreds of thousands of miles on it. It still runs, of course it does, but it simply does not have the raw strength and power it had when it rolled off the factory floor brand new. Now imagine instead of treating that faithful old engine with gentle care and good oil, we pour in cheap, dirty fuel and force it to climb steep hills every single day. What do you honestly think is going to happen? It will break down far, far sooner than it should have. And that, my friend, is exactly what so many of us do to our kidneys without even realizing it. For 50, 60, even 70 years, we have exposed them to things that felt harmless in our youth, but each one left behind a tiny scar. And those scars quietly accumulate. It is this slow buildup, this cumulative effect over a lifetime, that can eventually end in complete kidney failure. On top of all this, with age it becomes far easier for high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes to take hold. And here I want to be crystal clear with you. These two conditions are the two leading causes of chronic kidney disease across the entire world. They are like two relentless hammers, pounding away at the delicate, intricate structure of your kidneys, blow after blow after blow. This is why anything that helps trigger or worsen diabetes and high blood pressure is a direct, brutal assault on your kidney health. Today, we are going to give those attackers a name and a face. I have prepared a list of 4 of these poisons. We will begin with one that is neither eaten nor drunk, yet it is every bit as damaging. And from there, we will move forward, step by step, until we arrive at number 1, the poison that is without question the most dangerous, the most addictive, and the most widespread of them all, the true wolf in sheep's clothing. Let us begin. Poison number 4, a sedentary lifestyle, the stagnant water that suffocates your kidneys. The first poison on our list might genuinely surprise you because it is not something you eat or drink at all. It is something you do not do. I'm talking about a sedentary lifestyle, a simple lack of movement, spending hour after endless hour sitting down, whether in front of the television or glued to a screen. And you might be asking yourself right now, but Dr. Foster, what on earth does sitting have to do with my kidneys? And the answer is absolutely everything. Your kidneys depend on a strong, healthy, vigorous flow of blood to do their vital work. Picture a powerful, rushing river. The water flows with force, sweeping everything along, staying fresh and clean. Now picture a stagnant, muddy puddle. Filth accumulates, everything rots, and the water turns toxic and foul. Your circulatory system is that river. When you move, when you walk, your heart pumps harder and your blood surges vigorously through your entire body, rushing with force into the millions of tiny filters inside your kidneys. That healthy blood flow gives them the power to cleanse your body perfectly. But when you sit for hours on end, everything slows to a crawl. Your blood flow becomes sluggish, like the water in that stagnant puddle. And this is the perfect open gateway for the kidney's worst enemies: obesity, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. When you do not move, your body stops using blood sugar properly, which leads to insulin resistance and eventually diabetes. Inactivity also causes you to gain weight, forcing your heart to strain harder and driving your blood pressure up. Every single extra pound is another burden loaded onto your kidneys, so the solution is simple: move. But please do not panic. You do not need to become an Olympic athlete by tomorrow morning. The solution is far gentler and within everyone's reach. Break up those long stretches of sitting. If you sit a lot, the very first step is simply to stand up. Set an alarm on your phone for every hour to remind yourself to rise. Stand up, walk around your home, go fetch a glass of water, stretch your arms toward the ceiling. That tiny act alone reawakens your circulation. Next, add a daily walk. It does not need to be a marathon. Begin with 10 minutes around the block. Next week, make it 15. The magic is in consistency, not intensity. And if you struggle with mobility, there are wonderful exercises you can do right from a chair, moving your arms, lifting your legs, rotating your ankles. It all counts. Remember the river. Every step you take is a fresh wave of clean water for your kidneys. Poison number 3, the deception of harmless pain pills. Now we arrive at poison number 3, and this one hides in plain sight, sitting in the medicine cabinet of nearly every home. It is that little pill you swallow without a second thought for a headache, a sore back, or aching arthritis. I am talking about non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the famous NSAIDs. Names like ibuprofen, naproxen, and diclofenac are familiar to all of us. Millions of people use them believing that because they are sold without a prescription, they must be perfectly safe. And that is the great and dangerous deception. While they are excellent at relieving pain, their frequent, chronic, or high-dose use can be absolutely lethal for the kidneys, especially in older adults. Let me explain how simply. For your kidneys to receive good blood flow, there are substances called prostaglandins that keep the tiny kidney arteries properly open. The trouble is, NSAIDs relieve pain by blocking those very prostaglandins, but they cannot tell the difference. They also block the ones protecting your kidneys. The result is that your kidney arteries tighten and close, and the blood and oxygen reaching them drops dramatically. It is exactly like stepping on the garden hose you use to water a plant. The water stops flowing, and the plant slowly withers and dies. The same tragedy unfolds inside your kidneys, but the real danger is the silent, invisible damage. Taking these pills every day for chronic pain, like arthritis, is like stepping on that hose over and over, day after day. In time, the filters become damaged, scarred, and they simply stop working. It is a slow process that gives no symptoms until it is far too late. So the solution is to respect both the pain and the pill. Do we just suffer in silence? Of course not. Your quality of life comes first. The solution is to be smart, and above all, to talk to a professional. First and most important, never self-medicate with NSAIDs on a chronic basis. If pain lasts longer than a few days, the answer is not more pills. It is a visit to your doctor to find out what is truly wrong. Do not just silence the alarm, find the fire. Second, be completely honest with your doctor about everything you take, including vitamins, herbs, and over-the-counter remedies. Many cold and sleep medicines hide NSAIDs inside them. Third, know there are alternatives for occasional pain. Acetaminophen is usually gentler on the kidneys, always in correct doses, and explore drug-free options too. Physical therapy, heat, cold, and stretching can work wonders. The golden rule is this: using NSAIDs occasionally is fine. Depending on them daily without medical supervision is like playing Russian roulette with your kidneys. Poison number 2. Salt, the invisible enemy hiding in your food. Now we move to poison number 2. And this may be the most underestimated of them all. It lives in kitchens all over the world. I am talking about salt. Or to be precise, sodium. So many people tell me, but Dr. Foster, I hardly ever touch the salt shaker. And that is the great misunderstanding. The problem is not the salt you sprinkle on. It is the enormous hidden flood of sodium packed inside processed foods. It is estimated that more than 75% of the sodium we consume comes from there, not from the shaker at all. It is buried in bread, in processed meats, in cheeses, in canned soups and sauces, in frozen meals, in nearly everything that comes wrapped in a package. The food industry uses it to make products last longer and taste better. It is an invisible aggressor. And why is it so harmful? Your body needs only a small amount of sodium to function. But when we flood it, the delicate balance shatters. To dilute all that sodium, your body clings to fluid, makes you thirstier, and signals your kidneys to hold on to every drop of water. The result is that the volume of blood in your arteries swells, and the pressure inside them skyrockets. And that is nothing less than arterial hypertension. High blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure. The filters inside your kidneys are a network of impossibly delicate, tiny vessels. Imagine trying to clean a fragile piece of silk cloth with a firefighter's hose blasting at full force. You would shred it to pieces. That is precisely what high blood pressure does to your kidneys, day after day, damaging them, scarring them, destroying them in a vicious, endless cycle. So the solution is to become a label detective. Protecting yourself demands a shift in mindset. It is not about eating bland, joyless food. It is about eating intelligently. Your most powerful tool is learning to read labels. Turn that package around and hunt for the word sodium. You'll be shocked at how much hides in foods that do not even taste salty, like some cereals and cookies. The recommendation is to stay under 2,300 milligrams a day, and if you already have high blood pressure, aim for 1,500. Second, cook more often at home, where you hold total control. Third, rediscover flavor. Nature has given us a whole arsenal of herbs and spices: garlic, onion, pepper, oregano, rosemary, turmeric, cumin, paprika, and a squeeze of lemon or vinegar all bring life to a dish without a single grain of sodium. And one last trick: rinse canned vegetables under the tap to wash away much of the added salt. In just a few weeks, your taste buds will reset, and you will taste the real, glorious flavors of food again. It is truly liberating. And now, the worst poison of all: sugar and refined flour, the sweet and deadly duo. Here we are, at the very top of the list. We have talked about a sedentary life, painkillers and hidden salt, all formidable enemies. But now I present the poison I consider number 1, the undisputed champion of silent destruction, the most addictive, the most present in our daily diet, and the one that causes the most devastating damage of all. This poison is not some rare, exotic chemical. It is something we tie to celebrations, to rewards, to love and affection. I am talking about sugar and its inseparable accomplice, refined flour. Yes, you heard me right. That white, sweet powder in your desserts and soft drinks, and also white bread, pasta, and cookies. In my experience, this deadly duo is the single biggest reason diabetes is the #1 cause of kidney failure in the world. It is the sorrowful path I watch repeat itself again and again in my practice, until patients end up on dialysis. Why am I so firm? Because sugar and refined flour, which your body converts into sugar almost instantly, do not launch just one attack. They launch a massive, coordinated assault from multiple fronts at once. Attack Front 1. The direct highway to diabetes. When you eat these, they unleash a tsunami of glucose into your blood. Your pancreas panics, pumping out insulin to control it. Do this every day, and your cells grow deaf to insulin, leaving sugar stranded in your blood. That is how type 2 diabetes is born. And once blood sugar stays high, sugar literally caramelizes your kidney filters, making them stiff and useless. Attack Front 2. High blood pressure. We once blamed only salt, but today we know sugar is just as bad, if not worse, for your blood pressure. Attack Front 3. Silent inflammation. Sugar is fire inside your body, causing chronic inflammation that scorches the lining of all your arteries, including your kidneys. Attack Front 4. Obesity and fatty liver. Excess sugar you do not burn turns to fat, piling on weight and clogging your liver, disrupting your entire metabolism. It is a total all-out war. That is why I crown it the #1 poison. But the wonderful news is that we can defeat it. First, know that sugar wears many masks. High fructose corn syrup, dextrose, sucrose, and maltose are all the same poison in disguise. Second, eliminate the obvious sources: sugary drinks, sodas, and industrial juices. A single can hold more than 10 teaspoons. Replace them with water, sparkling water with lemon, or herbal infusions. Third, beware of low-fat products, which often swap fat for sugar. Choose plain yogurt and add your own fresh fruit. Fourth, replace white flour with whole grains, real whole grain bread, brown rice, and rolled oats, whose fiber slows sugar absorption. And finally, embrace real whole food. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, meat, fish, eggs, and nuts. When your plate is built on real food, sugar and refined flour vanish as if by magic. Breaking the chains of sugar is the single most powerful act of defense for your kidneys. We have traveled an important road together today. We've exposed 4 silent poisons threatening your kidneys. 4. A sedentary lifestyle that lets your circulation stagnate. 3. Painkillers, the antacids that can choke your kidneys. 2. The hidden salt that sends your blood pressure soaring. And 1. Sugar and refined flour that launch a total war against your body. You may feel a little overwhelmed right now, but my goal was never to frighten you. My goal is to empower you. The truth, even when it stings, is the only thing that lets us make better choices. Kidney disease does not have to be your destiny. Every one of these poisons is under your control. You decide whether you rise from that chair. You decide whether you consult your doctor. You decide whether you read the label. You decide whether you read the label. You decide whether you reach for water instead of soda. It is not about changing everything overnight. It is about taking one small step today and another tomorrow. Every small change is a victory. Every home-cooked meal, every gentle walk, is another brick in the protective wall around your kidneys. You hold the power to rewrite your own health story. If this video has opened your eyes or given you something to think about, I ask one important thing of you. Share it. Send it to your children, your partner, your dearest friend. Life-saving information must circulate freely, and if you wish to keep receiving clear, practical, honest advice for protecting your health, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Now, I truly want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me what surprised you the most about everything we have discussed today. Was there something you never knew? Something you plan to change starting right now? I read your comments so I can keep helping this wonderful community grow. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for honoring what matters most. Remember, your kidneys labor tirelessly for you every single second of every single day. Return that loyalty with conscious, loving decisions. Take care of your kidneys, and you take care of your life. I am Dr. Ryan Foster, and I will see you in the next one.